Hello, welcome and namaste. I have been in product development for a very long time. I am helping 5 different teams to ideate, develop, test, release for last 5 years. So in this video, I will give you very high level buckets of work that I contribute in, and it's important for you to build and release any kind of tech product. So let's start with the idea. You have an initiative, you have a brilliant idea. The very first thing that you would do is to validate that idea with your customer, identify exactly who you will be serving, what problem that you're solving, and is there a demand for the solution. So you do some kind of validation there. Then you come to break this idea into small pieces. I use work breakdown structure as my method of dividing the work, big work into smaller pieces. There are other approaches as well. In agile methods, you go with initiative, epic, stories, and tasks. So there are different ways you do this, but that's one of the activities that you have to go through to break your idea into smaller pieces. And then you do some additional activities such as application flow to identify the missing pieces. Once you have a list of smaller tasks, smaller stories, then you sequence them, prioritize them. There is a method called Moscow where you identify which of these items are absolutely needed as a must have, and which one are nice to have. When you're done with that, you also size them. You identify which one takes more effort compared to which one are low-hanging fruit. T-shirt size are one of the common method that we use at this stage. So some of them would be a small t-shirt size compared to other one which is large or extra large t-shirt size. So you go through that process. You also identify any dependencies among each other, and based on this information, based on this prioritized list, now you are able to sequence them to create a roadmap. Now you have a roadmap based on what are the absolutely needed item, their size, their dependency. Once you have this roadmap, you can use it as your GPS system. Now how we work after that is every 2 weeks we plan the work for the next 2 weeks. And then we execute that, we develop that, we do all the coding, in sprint testing, everything, and then end of the 2 week we do a demo. So now because of this, you every 2 week you know what is being done, you know, you have a glimpse of the work that was done in last 2 weeks, and then the process just keep going until you're done with the plan. Now every 2 weeks you also look for if the work was done lesser than initial plan, then you adjust the remaining plan. If the work was more than what you originally anticipated, then you go back and adjust again. So either way, every 2 weeks you have an opportunity to adjust your remaining plan, and that's the beauty of it. Couple of months you are done with this. So it is also the time when you start making the release planning. You start identifying exactly what you will have to do before the go live, before you're deploying these changes in production environment. What are the different activities that you need to do before it? What will be the activity that you will have to do during that night when you're deploying this, or the next day when you're announcing this change to your user or making the product launch? And then what are the activities that you will need to do after the launch? And it includes support, it includes feedback, it includes making sure people are aware the changes, people are aware that what you have just released, and then there will be a lot of adoption related activities, that how you making sure that your user knows this application exists and they are using it, and then providing you a feedback. So there are multiple activities that you will identify, and you do it. You make that plan prior to go live, and once you launch, that's when you have you and your team ready for support, feedback, and any adoption related activities. So that's what it takes to go from an idea to finish line, to launch something, and making sure that the launch happens. Users are aware, and there are people who are using your application, and then once that is done, you ready for the next iteration. You collect the feedback of what worked, what are the features that users appreciated, and what are the features people did not even use, and why they did not use it. Is it the education? It is they didn't find it useful. So what you need to do is to double down on the feature that resonated with your users. So next iteration has to be based on what worked and not on what did not work. It does not sometime, and I have faced that challenge all the time, that we have our own idea, and because we was not able to finish it in the first iteration, the initial thought process is let's go back and work on those ideas. So, and that would be a wrong approach, versus listening to people and checking what actually resonated, what they actually using, and then double down on it. So so that's all end-to-end step. My plan is to work, create more videos on a specific items, but I want to know if this is helping you, if this is something that you would like, which of these areas you would love to hear more about. So please provide that feedback. I will be posting daily, or maybe much more frequent videos. All right, bye for now. Thank you for listening.